Start recording. All right, guys, this is the first episode of the Moonfolk Den podcast. So I have Dark Lad with me. I have
Yeah.
Vape Juice and I have Morbid. So I guess we can start with a little quick introduction of everyone. So who wants to go first?
Let Dark go first.
Nigga, he said who wants to go first. He didn't say who the fuck. Come on now.
Okay. I'll go first. Hello,
Hey.
my name is Morbid, or at least that's what I go by.
Hello, morbid. Why does shit sound like a rehab? Like
It does something, bro.
group
I
therapy.
mean, you've never even been to rehab before, bro.
I mean, it sounds like an AA meeting in like movies. Like,
But anyway,
Hi,
did you
my name is
wait?
Morbid, and then you're all
Wait, you
supposed to
you stated
reply.
you stated the
Mhm.
topic, right?
huh? What topic?
Did you?
Oh, um, oh, I was just gonna do introductions and then we go into that.
That's all right.
Okay. All right. Introduction is what's up, everybody. So, where did it go? Today we gonna talk about does meme culture ruin artists? I feel like the culture it does ruin artists because when certain memes go on, it could either hurt their reputation, which most of the times it does. Am I right?
I mean, yes and no, because if you lump in like, let's say TikTok and stuff like that, that can also make your career. So I mean, it's kind of yes and no.
Alright, hold up. What's the definition of meme rap though? Like, what's the true definition? Like, definition, definition of fucking meme rap.
Oh, is it meme rap though?
Yeah, it's meme rap. I mean, you have people like Ugly God. I think Ugly God kind of started the meme rap scene, right?
Wait, I thought you were referring to more like Chance the Rapper. I love my wife. I love my
Well,
wife.
well,
Ah,
well, yeah, we could talk about that too.
because that's what I thought. That's what I thought the question was.
Really, it's more of like our memes ruining it for artists.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think it's ruining it for the artist?
Alright,
Mm.
hold up. When I think about meme rap, I think about Mario Judah, Lil Boom, Young Gravy, fucking, you know what I'm
Oh, and
saying?
don't
Lil
and don't
Oh,
just
Mayo,
Have
wait,
you have you heard of
wait,
Ugly God?
Lil
Young
Mayo.
Gravy.
yes. But
Who
what I
just?
was shit. What I
Yeah,
was
there's a
saying
guy
was
named Young Gravy.
Oh
That's
my
don't
god.
just limit this to
clean.
what's it said, like to just rap in general, like like artists, like people who are on Twitter, stuff like that also.
That's what I'm
Because there's
saying.
some
I
people
think it
who.
I think it generally can ruin people's careers though. I really do. Not everybody's career, but I feel like memes have ruined people's careers in some sort of form.
But a lot of memes have also like given people careers if you think about it, because there are people who literally make money just to make memes.
You're kind of right.
You got a point.
You got a point. So if we look at a person like Mario Judah, do you think he became, the artist he is because of a meme, or was it?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we don't know the artist who he is.
It's TikTok, bro.
So
Yeah,
TikTok.
but then like, was it intentional? Was it intentional to
Yeah,
be a meme?
that's the
What
fucking
right? Was it
question.
intent? That is the question. Is it intentional to be a meme, or did you just become a meme? Because there's a lot of people who never mean to become a meme, and they do, and
Yeah.
they like
See, I
blow
wonder.
up and get
I
super
wonder.
crazy.
I wonder if these artists are met by a label and they're like, let's create a meme, and that meme is gonna get you really successful. Like I really think that's what goes on behind closed doors now. Like they just they
Maybe not necessarily a meme, but it's definitely like these little challenges, like the like a prime example, the Busset challenge that you see all over TikTok and
yeah yeah
terrorizing
yeah
Twitter
yeah.
timelines and shit.
The busted challenge is a great example, bro. You have all these Instagram thoughts, rappers, female rappers especially, doing the busted challenge, for free clout.
The Bust It challenge.
Bustic challenge. It's like what were they twerk on camera?
It's
Oh,
base
To where
okay, when you say it like that, yeah, no. It's basically like, they get basically you start off the video, you start off you start off the video like bummy, you're in like some sweats or like like some sweats or something, whatever. And then once the beat drops, you get into like a nice dress and then like you get on your knees.
oh, that challenge.
Yeah.
Okay,
oh, I didn't even know.
Like
I didn't
there
even know. It was like
like when you describe it so basic, it's like, "Oh yeah, whatever Cardi B is doing right this moment." Like, no, nigga. Like you got to give like context.
okay. Well, I didn't know much about the busted challenge. All I know is there's a bunch of
How do you not
Instagram thoughts
What? Oh yeah.
on my page doing the busted challenge where they're just twerking.
Oh yeah, you guys aren't like on like social media like I am. So I was like,
No,
yeah, that makes sense.
I am. What? Dude, I'm on Instagram every day.
So how do you what? So that doesn't add up even more.
I just live under a rock, guys.
Yeah, so it's like if she's getting it and you're not, where's the disconnect?
Like, I'll give you an instance. Okay, to move on, I will give you an
Well,
instance of
not to
where a
move
meme.
on, but I mean like I need this question answered. We can go back to the topic.
Okay. Wait, say it again.
How'd you never mind, it's dumb.
Bruh.
Anyways,
How are you? How are you so oblivious on the internet?
how am I oblivious? I don't know, cause I only pay attention.
Yeah.
I only pay
That's what
attention to things
Steve's trying
that
to get at. How are you so
that-
oblivious on the internet?
I'm trying
Yeah.
to answer the question here. So I only pay attention to things I really give a fuck about. And I kind of just glance over the stuff that's kind of bullshit. So I kind of glanced over the busted challenge. I'm like, okay, it's just a female twerking. Cool. That's how I came to that conclusion.
I don't know right now, but all right. You're looking a
That's
little
my honest. That's
you're
my
looking a
honest
little
answer.
curved hand right now. You feel me?
But did y'all all see Nate Robinson get knocked out?
Oh, don't fucking
There-
remind me.
No, but I heard about it.
Don't
Okay,
fucking
so
remind me. That was
I'm,
depressing.
hold up. I'm gonna give y'all an instance of where a meme could ruin your career. I
Oh.
feel like that meme ruined his career because everybody was doing the Nate Robinson challenge, where they were just laying straight down, knocked out, and some of them were wearing, boxer shorts.
But I mean, he
So I
was
feel
already
like,
retired, and also he won 2 dunk contests. Like you can't, like I mean, Jake Paul did him dirty, but I mean, you can't take away winning 2 dunk contests, especially being like 5'9". Motherfuckers like probably my height.
you right,
Oh, what that genuine
but I feel like the meme kind of ruined
Okay.
his career now, and everybody
Oh.
just is gonna remember him as the nigga who got knocked out by Jake Paul.
Cause I mean, it can ruin your career, but here's the thing: you have to. I don't think that's gonna have any long-term effects with Nate Robinson versus like someone like Chance the Rapper who has kind of had a case building up against himself because he has essentially had like I would say a few memes running against him because you have to remember you have the I love my wife one, you have the fact that he's super sensitive, and remember when he was taking down reviews of
Yeah.
of his
You're right.
mixtape, like one meme isn't gonna kill you is my main point what I'm getting at, but
What,
a
what you
few of
think,
them
Dart?
stacking up onto each other will.
What's your opinion on that, Dart?
On Chance the Rapper,
Yeah.
what like I don't know.
You think memes ruined his career?
Not really. I think he ruined his career himself.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it like you have to.
Honestly, this cancel culture bullshit can like get like what I'm saying. I feel like it's a lot of things that can what I'm saying make an artist get fucked nowadays, and memes are a part of it. But like this cancel culture bullshit is hitting heavier than anything, to be honest. So I don't know, bro.
Is
So
it
you're saying
really
you're
like?
saying you're saying the cancel culture is basically canceling the artist, not the meme itself.
Yeah, not really the meme, cause like niggas are like, how do I explain it? Like niggas will become a meme, but there's people like that actually like drag it like, oh, like
Like
I
Russ?
can't explain it. Not Russ. Nah, I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up.
No, no, you gotta explain. You gotta keep going. You were going somewhere with this.
I feel like once like niggas get the spotlight, that's when everything like gets unburied. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, like with Chance Rapper with all these meme allegations of him like removing his mixtape reviews and all this bullshit. Like
Hold up.
it's been dragged to that point. I feel like it really, really. I don't know, nigga. Why y'all got me under the spotlight? Next, please.
I mean, honestly, I feel like we kind of just like we kind of like discourse on that. But I mean, you want to introduce the next one?
No, I just next person. If anyone knows what I'm talking about,
I mean,
I
Morby, do you
can't
have
speak.
anything to add to this?
I feel like the meme itself goes, like the meme itself goes to the culture, and then you have a bunch of these like I guess women who are like, okay, we don't like this, and they get together and they just cancel the person.
But I mean, is a meme an old tweet? That's kind of different. Like you can't be like. There's a difference between an old tweet resurfacing and that being a meme. There's a clear difference.
Yeah, but in order to become a meme, it's something you've done, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean,
it's usually something you done bad or something like that. I mean, it's not always
yeah, but
funny.
I mean, someone dropping f bombs like when they were 12 isn't regarded in the same memey lane as like someone slipping on a banana or something.
I mean, it
Okay,
depends
yeah,
on your context of humor.
you kind of right. Like I guess then the meme being a meme and being somebody who just made a bad mistake are two different things.
Two different things, yeah.
So
But
I
like,
guess
how do you like? This is what I mean. Like, how do you like label someone under like meme artist or like you know what I'm saying? Like, what what does a person do to be put under that type of you know what I'm saying demeanor or you know what I'm saying persona?
persona of what?
Like,
Of
what's
being
the
a
Persona.
true
meme.
definition of a meme rapper or meme artist or
I'll
you know what
give
I'm
you an
saying?
instance. I'll give you an instance. Like I said, you know who Ugly God is, right?
Yeah, but like, how is Ugly got a meme rapper?
Because his career was built off of memes. You don't remember all the water memes and the like when he began. You don't remember that?
But is that like
Yeah, cause
Ugly God knew what he was. He was kind of like Waka Flocka. Like he knew what he was and like kind of just got
Yeah,
out.
so he's not a meme rapper. He's not
I
considered a
don't
meme rapper.
think so. I don't think so.
I mean, he took the craft more serious than actual mean rappers.
Okay, so who do you think is the actual meme rap community, if there is one? Who even knows of it?
Uh, Sad Frosty? Nah,
Okay.
that's kind of like fucked.
I mean,
I
that's kind
can't
of
really
like,
say that, but yeah, it's kind of like nigga. Yeah, Sad Frosty, kind of. Fucking young gravy, Mister Clean. Like that shit. Like that's
Yeah,
like
he.
meme rap.
Yeah. Young Gravy's definitely a meme rapper. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from because he literally is intentionally making memes, in a sense, right?
Pretty much.
What do you think, 16?
yeah, more or less.
So he's basically okay. So it's people like Young Gravy, Sad Frosty. I guess Mario Judah. I don't even know if he's a meme rapper though, because I guess he's taking his craft serious.
I don't
Nah,
know,
that
like,
nigga's a meme rapper. At this point, he dropped another nigga's mixtape, not mixtape album.
So
but
he's
I
a meme
mean,
rapper.
here's the
So that's
thing
like
though,
meme.
like, this thing about that is he did a better job than Cardi. Like that's the problem with that situation. Like how does someone shitpost you and then unironically do better than you?
Uh,
Cause like
I feel like he did that intentionally because I guess he kind of like figured that his album was gonna be trash. Like think about it. It was a business move. He's like, you know what? If I drop this, drop an album, same album, call it the same name, and do it better, I'll get more fans.
And
mean,
I
it's not-
feel, and he was rewarded for it. So I mean,
Yeah.
is that like business or is that just him dicking around?
I feel like it was him fucking around sometimes. I don't know if he actually did that on purpose. I think he did it for the memes because there was a lot of memes of whole lot of red Judah. So
I mean, he did
yeah,
it better. So it's like, eh.
All right,
and
you want to know what's the hardest question now? Now, how
What?
do you pinpoint which niggas are doing it for like a bigger picture, or which niggas are just like, you know what I'm saying, just got put in that lane? Because Mario Judah, when I look at Mario Judah, I think that nigga's smart enough to, you know what I'm saying, you know, do this shit on purpose. Cause the nigga passed out on the stage at Rolling Loud, like that's something I'm pretty sure that'll go down in history, like the Rod Wave shit when Rod Wave fucking collapsed through the fucking stage. This nigga Mario
yeah,
Judah
yeah.
fucking passes out on stage. Also, him this whole lot of red publicity stunt.
Mm,
Like nigga could be like doing it on purpose. Like
You right.
really makes you think.
That's what
Are
I'm
niggas
saying.
really industry plants?
Yeah, yeah, and that's a good question. Like, I think Hello Yassine, if that's how you say his name correctly. Sorry if I didn't say it right, but he actually talked about that, and he was like, he really doesn't know if people like Mario Judah are actual industry plants because it's like masked so well. Like you can't tell. Like he did research on Mario Judah, and he's like, if it is an industry plant, you know, it was
Yeah,
masked very well.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
saw
I know
that.
what
You
you
saw
mean.
that. You saw that video, right? Where you talked about
Nah,
Mario Judah.
nah,
You
I
gotta.
haven't.
You gotta watch it sometime. So it's like, are these people industry plants where they're like the labels kind of like, okay, you're gonna be a meme. We're gonna make you a persona, and this is what you're gonna do, or are niggas just actually dicking around and making a living, for themselves without a label. What's your opinion, 16?
I actually want to pass this to Morbid because I want to hear like some of her opinions on this because she's been a little silent on this.
So I'll re-ask the question, Morbid. Do you think that labels are now making artists do these types of personas and memes? Do you think it's all fake? It's all a fake persona made by a label? Morbid?
Yeah.
I'm passing it over to you.
Sorry, I got a snack.
Oh,
Okay.
And
okay. Oh,
I didn't want to
Oh
interrupt what
my
you guys were
god.
talking about, so I just very quickly snuck away and I grabbed myself some tortilla chips.
Alrighty. So can you
So
answer the question?
it's just the general question, like, do memes
No,
like
I'm
ruin
saying,
artists?
do you know, like, do you think like music labels, such as a label for any artist, are actually making these people like do these types of personas? Do you think it's all fake at the end of the day, and that people are not digging around? It's all
Hmm.
it's all just made by an industry plant. You know?
I think it's I think it's true for most artists who are in what I like to call trendy music. So the music that is trending these days.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think most artists are heavily persuaded. They may not be, it may not totally be the producer or the company they work for taking control, but they are very heavily persuaded and pushed to do what the producers want them to do because the producers think they know what the people like. And they want to keep that artist, getting the views and everything. So they'll probably make them do some off the wall, ridiculous things.
Yeah, that definitely does make me wonder. Is Mario Judah actually, does he really act like that behind, like, when he's not in
Hmm.
front of people and he's behind closed doors? Maybe he's just some nigga from the street who they pulled up into the studio and they're like, you know what, we kind of like your beats. How about we
I
make
highly
you into
doubt
this
that.
person? You don't think they did that?
I
I
heard
highly doubt
from what I've heard from people who have interacted with him. They say he's like a real genuine dude and that he's really dope, like as a person. So I
I
mean,
think
Okay.
he's
Well,
smart
and
as
I've
fuck,
heard,
and I think he knows what the fuck he's doing. I think he
yeah,
did that on his lonesome.
Okay.
because that
On
But
his
doesn't
lonesome.
seem something.
let's
No,
talk about these other rappers. So, do you think there is a rapper like that where the industry did it to him, where it was
Lil
just a
Pump,
fake persona? Lil
I
Pump,
feel
okay.
like
Let's talk about Lil Pump. Okay.
Oh God.
Okay, so what's your
Why you
theory?
saying no God?
Go ahead, Dark.
Cause
Alright,
it's like.
so
Oh, sorry.
cause
Go
what?
ahead.
Explain, Links. Explain.
No, cause it's like like I don't like Little Pump. Like, I used to love him
Music.
and I hated him in a year.
Okay,
Cause
so I
he's
understand
Yeah.
that.
yeah he just
So I most definitely can't name a rapper because you guys know I don't listen to a whole lot of rap music. And
Okay.
the rap music I do listen to isn't a lot of this whole new shit. But there have been artists within the pop slash hip hop community where their producers have very heavily pushed their influence, like Britney Spears.
Oh,
mm,
that you know
talk
what?
about
That's a
it.
good point. Keep going. Keep going.
So with Britney Spears, her producers have basically molded her to be a certain way. Um, Britney Spears is, I don't remember how old she is. I think she's in her late 40s, I want to say. I could be wrong, but I want to say she's in her late 40s and is just now beginning to get like financial control of her life.
Hmm.
Because when she had that breakdown when she was in her 20s, I do believe, they like took all of her like financial control away, her personal control. Basically, she didn't have her own rights to herself,
Ooh.
Who?
Okay.
which can
Who are we
which
talking
Britney
can
about?
get taken
Britney
away
Spears.
when
Britney Spears.
yeah, which can get taken away when your mental health is, deteriorated too far and it all goes to a guardian. And her guardian happened to be, I think it was, I want to say, I don't remember everything about it. I read all about it when it happened, but I want to say it was either her dad or her producer, one of the two, got guardianship over her and like controlled her entire life. Like she couldn't buy a car without letting them know. She couldn't, go do this, that, or the other without letting them know. Anything she wanted to buy, she had to she'd check it over with her guardian first. She couldn't go visit places without checking her with her guardian first.
Hmm.
And
Thanks
then
to.
so
Go
far
ahead.
as to going into why she had this breakdown, because the producers that she worked for wanted her to be in that kind of that girly image that Britney Spears has, the high-pitched voice and the dramatized kind of schoolgirlish features. They wanted that to be her permanently, so much so like her vocal cords are like damaged because of how high pitched she had to sing. And she'll like never be able to not sing that way.
Oh God, it's
Oh
awful.
my.
Damn, they fucked that
Wow.
woman up. Damn,
Wow.
that's
It's
You
evil.
it's
actually stated a really good point. So
it,
basically,
it, it's a whirlwind.
so there are artists, especially back in her time, because we're talking 2020, 2020, 2021 right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking like okay, back like 2002 all the way to 2010, Britney Spears.
Oh yeah, it's been
So back
there's so
then,
many.
I feel like they could get away with a lot more, and they could control people
Mm-hmm.
more back then. Do y'all agree?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, of
definitely.
course.
Of course.
Because
I
I'm
Another
mean,
good example, and this isn't so much as controlling their music, but controlling them as a person. One of my favorite bands, Linkin Park, lead singer Chester Bennington, he killed himself in 2014, I think. That sounds
sounds
right.
about right.
sounds about
And he
right.
killed himself.
I
And
don't
there
know
was,
if it was 2014, but go ahead, go ahead.
I want to say it was, that sounds right, but there was a lot of controversy around his death actually being a murder over a suicide. Because Chester Bennington was unfortunately sex trafficked as a child because like his dad knew a big time Hollywood producer that sex trafficked him and somebody else that I can't remember whose name at the moment. It'll come to me in a second. But him and Chester Bennington were about to come out with a documentary about all of it, and then they mysteriously died.
Wow. Okay, I've read a little bit about the Lincoln Park situation.
And and this happened like years ago, so it was his producer squashing him to not say anything, to not tell anybody. Meanwhile, Chester's still writing these songs and everything about what's been going on in his life. So a lot of people think there's like clues within his songs about what was going on, which could be true, and that's a whole other big conspiracy theory, but it goes like way deeper than just controlling people to be a meme or not.
Oh, okay, that was
Because
fairly interesting. Go ahead, 16.
I mean, I feel like she touched on a really important point because these labels have a lot of power. They basically own you if you shine a shitty deal.
Mhm.
Like, what's that one girl's name? Krayshawn. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
she's basically like a modern day Vanilla Ice in the sense that every time her hit song is being played, I think she said she's losing money or something like that, or she's like 80K in debt. No, $800,000 in debt. Like, it was a ridiculous number that she has to pay back to Sony, I think.
You know, it's ridiculous. Producers have a lot of power over their artists, which is why kind of it started to become a trend of musicians who don't have producers, you know, who don't have those ties and connections to Hollywood, working and making their own way up there.
You guys really do have a good point about that. And the question is how far do these labels go? You know?
Oh no, they don't stop. They own you wholeheartedly. They will, or at least they're gonna try to.
I mean, if you look at somebody like Michael Jackson,
or like Disney stars,
or even Disney stars, man, like they sign these contracts, and I'm sure in the contracts, like if you read them, because nobody gonna read a fucking contract unless you're smart and actually want a good deal. I'm sure in the contract it's like we can control your assets, your money, you know. I'm sure it says that somewhere. I'm sure it does.
It's not so much that they're not reading it because obviously they're gonna hire a lawyer. But here's the problem: a lot of the times the lawyer that they would refer to you would also be working for the entity. So let's say you're an artist and you're going to sign to, let's say, Sony. Sony would. I mean, there would be a lawyer that someone would recommend to you, but guess what? That lawyer is on Sony's payroll, and it's a conflict of interest. But it's one of those. It's such a gray area, yeah. So they're gonna work. They're gonna work for you to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is that it's all a big like pyramid scheme almost, when you sign to a label. Like you could get you might get hire a lawyer, but you still could get fucked over.
I mean, yeah, like even beyond just the labels, like even for like content creators like ourselves, like there were MCMs or these multi-channel groups. And essentially the reason why you would sign to one of them is that they would promise you these grandiose followers. You're gonna blow up fast, with like a basic sales pitch in order to get you to sign with them. And a lot of these YouTubers who are probably like, I don't know, at most 20, who don't know anything about business, are signing these deals, getting some type of money, thinking, oh wow, I finally made it. When really a split is like 30-70 or something ridiculous, and then basically the network essentially owns you until it's up.
Go ahead.
YouTubers nowadays have it so much harder than YouTubers when YouTube was first starting. Because when YouTube was first starting, there wasn't such a thing as making money off of being on YouTube. It didn't exist until certain YouTubers really did start to blow up, and only then did they try and scheme, but by then the seasoned YouTubers knew better. And they knew what to expect, and now it's just so much easier because everybody's so much more gullible.
Everybody's gullible? Hold on, let me prove my point. So I think everybody's gullible, but I feel like a lot of it's to do with how society is conditioned now. I feel like people are just so desperate to sell their soul to a company because they want money. Like they're like, okay, I don't care if I can't control everything. They're just like, fuck it, I want money. I mean, am I right?
I would argue against that for both of you guys. To answer Morbid first, her main point was about how it was easier back then. I would argue it's easier now, but motherfuckers are just lazy. Because if you do research on how to do certain things, it's so easy. Like there's tutorials for everything. Like whether it's on the business side of YouTube or how to set up a stream. You have to just search and look for it. It is there. And a lot of people, I would argue the average content creator has at least wisened up somewhat compared to the average content creator on like let's say 10 years ago, because even the term content creator, like even the term content creator to extent kind of proves that point, because they no longer look at it themselves as a YouTuber, like belonging to one platform by themselves and belonging to one platform. They view them as like they just create as a living. And also for Vape Juice's point, which was talking about how what were we saying again?
I said that people are so desperate nowadays, and you're correct. They are lazy, that they will sell their soul for anything related to money, bro.
I'd
There's,
imagine
pe- there's
that's
Go ahead.
way more for people who blow up for like a year and then that's just kind of it, because you don't really, because while you do hear about those stories, I feel like it's a lot less frequent, if that makes any sense.
Okay. I do think there's usually the people who blow up for a year. But what about the people like, and I love Lil Uzi. I think he's a great artist. But do you think the deal that he signed was him just being desperate? Because his deal was pretty fucked up. I don't know if you've ever tried to view it, but
um Desperate. I mean, sometimes you just can't predict how a deal's gonna pan out within a few years, you know, because it may sound honestly like the shit. I mean, I don't even think, well, I'm pretty sure Uzi thought he was going to be big, but I don't think he even thought he was going to be as big as an artist as he is. I mean, I don't think anyone really does.
you
So
bring
it's
up a
like,
point.
that deal that you sign as a smaller artist,
Bring up
you
a
might
good
just
point.
outgrow your deal. That could just be another thing.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. I guess he thought he was gonna be a really a really big artist. Am I cutting out right now?
Nah, you're good.
No,
Okay.
you're fine.
I was saying like I thought he was gonna be like, I guess he thought he was gonna be a big artist, but he didn't realize, like, he wasn't focused on what his actual deal was. I guess it was good for the time being. You get what I'm saying? Like maybe his deal was good for 3 years and then they kind of fucked him. I guess, so to speak. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he just wasn't doing that good.
I don't know. I feel like I think he was doing great. I just feel like when he started to try to actually release music, because it took him forever to drop his what album was it, Dark?
Eternal Take.
Well, when it took him forever to drop that album, and he wanted to drop it, what, 2 years prior?
I mean, that was all label issues. I mean, he had a finished product, years ago. That's not his fault.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the label started fucking him. Is what I'm saying.
But also, there's a lot of like Uzi's situation. Yeah, it's so complicated because there's just so many behind the scenes things. I know his situation is nasty, but like the behind the scenes stuff is even nastier, honestly.
Okay. What do you think about the Uzi situation, Dark? Dark Lad. This dude Dark disconnect. Hello.
I'm not sure.
I know. Oh,
Dark.
there he is. Hey, Dark.
Hey, Dark. We want to know what you think about the Uzi situation, brother.
What was the situation?
Like his label situation of how they kind of started fucking him over.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I feel like these got a little bit too personal, and you know what I'm saying. When things get like that personal, you can't really do business at all. So that was really bound to happen. From when I heard about the situation, it seemed like it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of personal feelings and issues. It wasn't more to say a business issue.
Yeah, cause like it was like baby moms is getting they backs blown out. Like it was very messy. It was very messy.
Baby moms get their backs blown out. People get cheated on. Personal stuff like personal beefs. I guess he was beefing with the dude who owned the label or something. So I
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
a lot of like, man, that's that. I mean, imagine though, you sign a big deal like that, and then 2 years later, you're beefing with almost everybody within the label. That's
Yeah.
scary, man.
I mean, it's happened before though. Look at Hobson. That happened to him.
You're right. Oh, that's actually a really good point. Hobson started beefing with everybody in his label.
Yeah, because his producers started taking his money.
Since we're on the subject of rappers, Trump might do some good. He says that he's gonna pardon some big name rappers. And I'm not gonna lie, I really hope Kodak and Bobby Shmurda get free.
Well, thing
Go
is,
ahead.
they can't keep them locked up forever.
I mean, at worst, Bobby Shmurda has a year, and this is actually going to be his last year of his sentence. Kodak,
And that
I think he has a worse charge. It's like another gun possession, and he's a reoffender, and yeah.
that begs the question: do you think that most of these rappers commit these crimes because their label is putting so much pressure on them?
No,
Think about
no, not at all. No, your label would tell you go do something stupid, not go to
Wait,
do a felony.
No,
I know the point Ben's trying to make.
No.
I think is it a psychological strain on them to be doing?
Yeah, psychological. Cause think about it, Kodak. Look
Yeah.
at Kodak, bro. Look at Kodak. Kodak is known for doing stupid shit, bro. Like way back in 2014, he's been doing stupid shit. And I guess his label was kind of like, okay, you have to keep this persona. So it put like psychological stress on the guy, and he did some really stupid shit. I mean, think about it.
But I mean, like, yeah, it's one thing to be a hood dude, but it's another to have repeat gun offenses. Like that, there's no way a label can profit off spending money on lawyers for you.
It would profit off the tabloids.
But it would definitely profit. I feel like it would profit off the music still, though.
I
It
mean,
would
tell that to
profit-
T.I.
it would
Like,
profit off the gossip in magazine campaign. Because think about all the gossip magazines. Every
I don't-
time they mention a big
About-
artist
oh,
like
that's
that,
a
the
bigger
artist gets paid.
Think
I don't
about-
even know
that's
how it's
bigger.
legal.
That's an even bigger question. You think people like I said, when these news stories happen, does it give the rapper free clout? Like, look at Hello Yassine, DJ Academics, even though he's kind of a clown. Just look at all these news sources. It's free clout.
I wouldn't describe it as free clout because what they do is like, it's not hard, but it's one of those you have to stick with that for a long period of time. Like it's not like some TikTok clout where they're actually giving away free clout. Like those are people who kind of grinded for that, and you're just seeing the fruits of their labor. I feel like they're totally different from like a National Enquirer, which is just a physical shit post. Like, have you seen a National Enquirer headline? It is a shit post
I have not,
written
I
by
have
old
not.
people.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but you don't feel like them being in these situations where they get locked up is free clout. Like, think about it. How much clout they get when they actually get out of jail?
Because you have to look at it on a scale. You have to look at the opportunity, and then you have to look at how much you're gaining in clout. While you may gain clout, think about it. How does artists really make money? They're making money off live performances. That's the main way most artists are making money, even through a shitty deal. Like,
And streaming.
no, that's labels.
Oh, you're talking
Label-
about artists.
yeah, I'm
about
talking
the
about-
artists themselves. Okay, well then, yeah, it would be live performances.
Yeah, because you can't perform live for years. What was it? It was like Young Thug lost out on like millions because he like missed, because it was either jail time or he missed the show. It was one of the two. So it's like there's no benefit to going to jail. It's one thing to keep up a persona. It's another to do felonies. Like, I feel like they're two totally different buckets.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of right. I don't think these labels are out here trying to tell these people to do stupid.
Because
shit.
they can't even put out music. think about it. They can't even profit off them. The most that they're doing is getting like a spike in streams. That's really it. And labels hate streams.
I wonder.
Here's an even better question. Do you think all these beefs within rappers are fake?
Yes,
Do you think it's all just clout?
that I can agree with.
What do you think, Dart?
Not all of them. I feel like not all of them. You know what I'm saying? There's actually people that like move like an actual organization. You know what I'm saying? There's actually ways that people can get their money fucked with. You know what I'm saying? Off the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Legally or illegally. So I don't really I don't. It's a yes and a no. You know what I'm saying? Certain rappers, yeah. Certain rappers, no.
So basically, like a case by case.
Yeah, basically. I think it depends on who you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like
What if?
out of
Sorry.
nowhere, niggas like YK or Osiris, whatever the fuck his name is, and like
No, you said it right.
Like those two niggas beefing, like that's like, you know what I'm saying, controversial, and I'm pretty sure anybody would be able to see that they're beefing for controversy and that alone, because at the end of the day, those niggas ain't really, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Okay,
YK
so
Osiris
sometimes-
kind of dead himself.
What if like?
Go ahead,
Sorry,
Morgan.
this is just this is a thought I had in my head speaking about rappers and fake beef. What if like all the rappers meet up like once every couple of months and they all draw names from a hat? Whoever's name they draw, that's who they got beef with this year.
Bruh, that's hella funny.
like a
I'm
player
sorry.
hater ball.
Yeah.
It does feel like that sometimes. I feel like they just kind of message each other and
Because
they're like,
sometimes
bro.
it just comes from out of nowhere and you're like, what the fuck?
And then I feel like they message each other like, bro, you want to do this beef for clout? You know, it'll push this
Mhm.
album. You know, like I feel like they do that. And they just
And that's a real thing.
play
Like,
it off.
that's a real thing people do.
What they'll do is they'll play it off for a month, and then like 2 months later, you'll just see, because I always see it, bro. They always make up, and they're like, "Oh, it was a misunderstanding or some shit." And I'm not saying everybody does that, but
Some of them they make up. Some, like maybe 20% of them, motherfucker. I feel like there's a lot of outstanding beef in the industry. Just motherfuckers just don't have the energy to do it.
I mean, I would like to think there's a lot of outstanding artists, but man, Hollywood's kind of fucked.
The saddest thing is I wanna be a director, so I got to deal with them niggas regardless.
yeah, and you gotta realize that all of this is politics, and you kind of just have to like ignore everything, bro. You can't. I feel like if you're gonna go down that route, you can't worry about who's beefing. You just can't get into the shit, man. I mean, think about it. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker, I'm gonna be making movies. Like, I'm letting everyone know off rip. I don't give a damn about your prior, about who you fuck with, who you say I can't mess with. I don't give a damn about any of that.
So you're kind of like Cole Bennett. You just want to film because you like filming.
Exactly. Like I don't care about your beef. That shit has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, there's some shitty human beings that are still like find a way to, you know what I'm saying, put you inside that shit.
Cause a lot of motherfuckers are just petty motherfuckers who will lump you in just because you're doing something with someone else. Like, no, they're paying me money. Unlike you, if you paid me money, I would do shit for you.
So basically, you're doing it for the bag and the general like liking of making videos. You do it for the art.
Yes.
You do okay, which is a really good thing, because if you didn't do it for the art, which I feel like some of these artists don't even do music for the art, they just do it for a bag and clout, and then they realize how ass they are, and they're only making money because they're a fucking meme. Am I right?
That's literally Waka Flocka. Or at least how Waka Flocka views
That goes
himself.
back to-
I had to correct that really quickly.
Huh?
Yeah, you right, Lynch. You corrected yourself.
Yeah, because there's a very big difference. Like, Waka Flocka is dope. But the reason why I keep on bringing him up is that when you hear him in interviews, he's just like, yeah, I was a fucking meme, bro. I was shit. Like, that's why I moved on to House and other shit. Like, Like he's out here like eating good off like maybe I don't know a good 3 year run.
Yeah, he's eating really good, but I feel like he tapped into another, like you just said, he tapped into house music. I've heard him on multiple EDM songs. He tapped into a market that likes him. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't think if he wouldn't have done that, I don't think he'd be eating as good as he is. Because he realized how shitty. Well, I'm not saying he. I think Waka Flocka was dope, but evidently some people didn't thought he was
I
just
mean
a meme.
he doesn't even like his own music, so I mean that's nothing that can be helped.
Yeah, so I guess he figured that he was shit and he moved on to a different market because he realized he was a meme. So going back to my point, can memes actually ruin an artist? I guess in that point it could.
Yeah.
No, but that's self-image. That's not like you can't what no. That's like him being insecure. That's like a 10 out of 10 being like a 10 out of 10 girl being like, "Oh yeah, I'm ugly." Like, "No, bitch, you're beautiful. You just don't think you're beautiful." Like there's a clear difference.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of right. So maybe in a sense memes can help your career if you push it right. If you do something with it, I guess. If you get what I'm saying, like, cause I mean, if you look at people like a person like Little Pump, he fell off, preferably because he couldn't keep the memes coming. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean
He
also
couldn't.
also his album like wasn't good too. Like
Yeah, but you gotta think, bro. It's 2021, bro, and unless your album is as dookie, is
When was Lil Pump good though? That's the thing.
no. But here's the
yeah,
thing.
but
You're not getting what I'm saying though, bro. I will say this:
This should be the
what
fucking.
Little Pump dropped was better than Cardi's whole fucking WLR album.
I don't know about all those.
yeah, I have you do you just have amnesia. Like, bro,
I
that was a
I don't
rough
have it.
listen. That was a
I
rough
mean,
listen.
look at Gucci Gang. That's like one of his biggest hits, right?
Yeah, cause
It
it was
it
fucking meme.
it was a meme, but it
Yes.
don't get me wrong, it was catchy, right? Am I right?
Well, yeah. It was catchy because you would just
I will
sing it
give that it
randomly.
is catchy. I don't like it, but it is catchy.
It was catchy, and that's what I mean. A hit's a hit. It doesn't matter if it's ass or it's good. It's a hit.
Man, Gucci Gang was a fucking meme. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That shit was a meme. You had to
But
fucking.
it was a meme, but it
I
had a
mean, it was a
billion
turn up
more
song
views than
though.
that.
It
Like,
has a billing used because it was used like it was so many things that it could have been like used with like niggas were making TikToks. Nah, it wasn't even TikToks back then.
But it was
fucking
catchy
trailers,
though.
trailers
Am I,
and all this goddamn shit, nigga. I feel like the market pushed that shit to be catchy. You know what I'm saying? And they can
mm-hmm.
do that. They can make things
okay, maybe they did. I listened to the song
Cause
when it
he's
had
like,
10K,
cause you
and
have
I
to
thought it
remember
was catchy.
you have to remember the context. So he signed like a what an eight. He either signed an 8 million or a 13 million deal, and then after Harvard dropout flopped, they were literally they were literally like trying to send off his deal and trying to get another label to buy his deal. Like,
Okay, I get what you're saying. I know he fell off, but what I was trying to say is the songs that did make it big were catchy. That was my whole point.
yeah, the song, yeah, but I mean, like, for him, I think it was the music. The music stopped being enjoyed by everyone, and then that's when the memes started like coming in.
And it definitely did. His music after Gucci Gang, I was like, okay, well, okay, this kid is definitely not gonna keep going up anymore. He's just gonna fall straight off, which I was right. And
I
then the
mean,
memes came in. I feel like the memes pushed the video to 1 billion views, like you said, Dart. And then after that, he just fell off.
Who
He
even
just fell off.
talks about Little Pump anymore?
No,
Because it was
that
just
was
Gucci.
that. I know that, but what I was saying is my whole point was, did wait, what? What did I say? 16.
Exactly.
you're talking.
You're ruining me right now, brother. You're making me forget stuff.
You're talking about how Little Punk is garbage.
That's not what I was talking about.
Guys.
That's not what I was talking about. I
Oh,
can't
I mean,
remember my
that
point.
was what I was talking about. That nigga sorry. We could dedicate a whole podcast on just shitting on him.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't think he's as horrible as the WOR
No, that's a
album.
waste of
I,
energy.
It really is, but it's a fun use of it.
It kind of does. I feel like I'm putting yourself in the same lane as a meme rapper is the same way as selling his fucking soul, because at the end of the day, you're relying on other people's, what I'm saying, intake and outtake of things to do to look like, what I'm saying. I can't. Damn. In a sense, yeah, I feel like memes can ruin a fucking person's career, basically. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Hmm.
okay. So memes definitely can ruin a person's career if they let it, I guess.
So
That that was that was my point.
do
Little Pump
you,
couldn't keep the memes coming. That was my point.
yeah.
Just he just ran out of ideas. That's what it was.
Pretty much. But what can you say about Smoke Perp though?
I
Same
mean,
thing.
Smoke Perp was writing. Smoke
I
Perp was
feel like they're in
better.
the same lane. Dude, obviously he was better, but that's not my point, bro. They were bros. They made music together. They went to shows together. I'm pretty sure they're signed to the same label. They're basically the same.
I don't think they were assigned to the same label, but he was writing a lot of his hits. Like that's the thing. He was writing a lot. Smoke Purple was writing a lot of his hits of Gucci.
Okay,
Not
and that might
Gucci.
be true, but that doesn't stop the fact that they're in the same lane, though. I mean, damn, I saw a video the other day. They practically live together. Shit. I mean, yeah, Smoke Perk might be a little bit better than Little Pump, but they're still in that same lane where they were a meme and they fell off because they ran out of ideas.
But I
They
mean,
didn't know how
everyone.
to.
I feel like everyone took Smoke Purp more serious than Lil Pump.
Oh
Like
yeah,
way more
yes sir.
serious.
Oh yeah.
Way more.
But how does like see the thing is how did Lil Pump get like an $8 million deal and Smoke Perp did it?
Because they sold the fuck out of Little Pump. He was the hottest thing, and labels thought
Yeah.
that because basically labels didn't realize the value of like quality followers, and what I mean by that is people who are actually following you because of you and your personality versus people who are just following you for your antics. Because remember, in that whole time period, there was a lot of people who were doing antics. Remember Boat Gang? Remember
Yeah.
there was a lot of antics people roaming around, and Lil Pump was
Okay.
one of them.
All right. And you're completely right, but you got to realize something, Dart. Little Pump was popping at that time. Like Smoke Perp was popping, but Little Pump was like in the face of everybody.
Lil
I
Pump
literally
was
know.
perceived to be popping. That's the thing, because
Well,
he
even
had a
yeah,
ridiculous Instagram count. He had like 20 million, and they assumed like, oh, okay, this is at least gonna be like, oh, like 2 million streams per song, or and like they were doing all sorts of, they were doing all sorts of numbers, I imagine. So yeah, it makes sense. And also
that, that,
they didn't under a lot of these labels are old school, and they don't understand social media. And Lil Pump was a bad lesson in in evaluating social media and evaluating a following, because they didn't know how to evaluate these things, because Instagram is still like fairly new.
okay, and you're right. A lot of these labels are old school, and at the time, Little Pump, everybody's thinking, okay, he's got this many followers. Gucci Gang's like at 200 million on YouTube, and every label was like, holy fuck, we gotta sign this dude, not realizing that it was just like a meme at the time, and that's what was popping, but it was just a meme. Think about it. What, like 5 months later, the dude fell off. Right after all these labels were offering him $8 million,
Yup.
right?
Yeah.
True.
It was just a meme. And that's why I feel like a meme can ruin an artist, because if that's what he built his whole persona around, what happens when people don't create memes about you anymore and they forget about you? You fall off. You fall the fuck off.
Yeah, you especially gotta think humor nowadays.
or at least meme humor, is so evolving. Each day, something new comes out that's funnier than the next thing.
So I feel like the memes can definitely ruin your career if you make it around your career. If that's what you are, like Little Pump was just a meme.
Or memes could just make or break your
Yeah.
career.
Or make or
Pretty
break, yeah.
much, yeah.
I just feel like it definitely can ruin it though. Such a little Pump's case where okay, he had to keep being funny. He stopped being funny. People stopped fucking with him. His music, yes, it was some hot garbage. But really, he was just a funny meme on Instagram. That's all he was.
You right. You totally right.
Do you want to
So,
go to another topic or something? Because I feel like we kind of like
no,
talked this into the ground, you know?
well, yeah,
Yeah,
I think we pretty much
basically.
put.
Yeah, I've been
But
kind of
yeah, I was.
low key. I've been wanting to
Go
transition
ahead,
for a
go ahead.
while.
Hold. Okay, go ahead, Morgan. Morgan wants to say something.
My stoner thought of the day. You guys want to hear this shit? My fucking stoner thought of the day.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So, the CIA like confirmed like there's like multiple realities and shit like that, and that there is a version of you that exists within each of those realities layered up on top of each other, and that you can possibly access those other realities. So then
Mm-hmm.
this begs the question, is there a reality where everybody is a hot dog?
Yeah. Oh,
And if everybody
Yes.
is a hot dog,
Hey man, hey.
no, listen. And if everybody's a hot dog, is there then a reality where people are hot dog eating predators?
I'd imagine
Man,
them to be
damn.
bald eagles.
Right?
Bald eagles
Okay.
seems like they eat hot dogs.
who gave you
Yeah.
some weed 16?
Not me. Yo, you act as if I was the one setting this up. Yo,
Who?
This is my
who's setting
this
it
is going on
up?
in my head.
Shit.
That and so many other things go on in my head, but there's my thought of
So
the day.
anyways,
Is there a reality where people are where there's hot dog people?
to put the topic to rest so we could transition. That was my whole point. I came up with the topic. Memes can definitely ruin your career, or either make it go up. Lay that to rest. Anyways,
Yeah.
if y'all want to talk about something else, why? I gotta ask y'all this question just to hear y'all's opinion. Why is there a stigma around Discord? Why do so many people hate on Discord? What's the reason?
Pedophiles.
I don't know anybody
um.
that's on Discord. Yo, guys, I gotta go for the night.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
No problem.
Alright.
Good night.
Good having you.
Good night.
Good having you.
Um.
My
Pretty
perfect.
Really, I've
much.
never met anyone that hates on Discord.
I only think it's a meme. Like, I only think it's remotely funny, just because it's fun to make fun of a social media platform and its users. Like, it's like making fun of K-pop Twitter. Like, okay, guys, you had your little fun.
Hey, now, don't come for the K-pop Twitter people. They get mad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
they definitely get mad, bro. They gonna cancel us now.
Yeah, they're gonna
Oh
cancel us
Lord,
after
getting
one
hate before it already
episode.
gets
Jeez.
started.
They better cancel our channel before we gain it.
We love the K-pop Twitter.
But
We
I
love
mean,
K-pop Twitter.
really, the
They mean
podcast
no
is kind of
harm.
kind of coming to an end. But like that was, in my opinion, that was a really good conversation because I feel like now like it's 2021 and I feel like artists are finally starting to see what memes can do and what they can like potentially or how they could potentially ruin your career. So I feel like what a lot of people are doing now, instead of being a meme, they're just solely focusing on their music. I feel like, in my opinion, or they just end
Hmm.
up on TikTok, which I guess is a meme in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to think there's also artists that have learned how to use memes to their advantage.
Such as Drake. I feel like Drake uses memes the best.
You.
I mean, I'm just saying, like the dude's just a cool
Yeah.
ass meme, and he's been a
I
meme for
mean,
the last 10
not
years.
only like musicians, but like YouTubers, Twitch streamers, like they know
PogChamp.
how to use the memes to their advantage, especially the YouTubers and the Twitch streamers because they're so deeply embedded within the meme community.
Yeah, it's basically how they make money. You know, just being popping and stuff.
Not even gonna. There are some hilarious YouTuber memes out there that trend for days, even weeks sometimes.
Like Soldier Boy, like Soldier Boy playing Warzone.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Or the oh gosh, Dave, what was the example that we gave that was a good example of a funny meme that just lives on?
Alinity giving alcohol to her cat.
No. Oh, it's the you know the one I'm talking about?
Vape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Wait, say that again.
Do you know the one I'm talking about? You posted it in was it in rap quotes? Yeah.
You're talking about
the don't
Oh yeah,
run
that
yeah.
yeah, that's Mario Judah. Yeah, that's Mario Judah.
That's a perfect example. I'm sorry, that's so funny. Because all the videos that have come from that, and people are like, wait, where's that from? And then they look it up, and then they're like, oh yeah, the song's not bad.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just free clout. But I
Pretty
mean,
much.
I think we handled that topic very well. Though it was interesting to hear more. But I knew nothing about the Britney Spears situation. Really, I haven't thought about Britney Spears since I was like 14, bro.
Dude,
Facts.
she
I
like
was like,
oh my gosh, there's so much that goes into her life. That poor girl. She is like just now getting her freedom.
Wasn't there like a documentary made on her recently?
Yeah, there was.
that's definitely like
It's
crazy.
actually
Like,
pretty good. I highly recommend to go watch it.
I mean, just to think of what labels really could do back then, like, because I mean, the internet was popping, but like when she was around, bro, nobody was making videos on how such as like there was not anybody
Yeah.
making videos on how labels are fucking people over. There was no videos like that. It was just mainly like, okay, labels have all control, nobody's talking about it, so they were controlling these motherfuckers like hardcore. Like, I feel bad for artists back in 2002, bro. Like, I don't even want to know what they did behind the scenes, bro. Like, that's crazy. I mean, you think it would be horrible to be an artist signed to a label in 2002, 16?
I mean, I feel like it would be worse the farther you go back. Like, imagine people who are in, like, I would say, like, the 70s, 80s, like, even the 90s. Like,
That was probably horrible, bro. They probably had to control everything.
Actually, you know what? I would imagine in the 70s and 80s, it probably wasn't that bad.
really?
Because
Why
you
do you
really
say
got to
that?
think about it. Well, you got to think about it. In the 70s and 80s, that was when the rise of like rock music was starting to like come into play.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You do have a point.
And I'm not, this isn't true for all cases, but for the rock music that I listen to, it's really hard. It was really hard for the producers to try to squash anything they did. You know, to try to control them, because the whole point about, you know, rock music was to not be controlled.
Yeah, because I feel like you're kind of right though. Because back in the 70s, like rock stars were just doing some crazy shit. Like it's like they weren't controlled. Like
Exactly.
nobody was
And
forcing them to do a line of. I don't even know if I can really say this with Rice in here, but
What? No, it's fine.
like doing a line of coke and then
I
going
mean,
on stage or
That's what you had
look
to say.
look at
think
Ozzy
about it.
Osbourne for instance. He is literally known as like the Prince of Darkness. And the man has done some absolutely insane shit, has done more drugs than anybody has ever known. And do you honestly think a producer has tried to look him square in the eyes and control what he does with his music?
He ate a bat's head off. That motherfucker can do whatever he
The man,
wants.
the
And
man
that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like 70s to maybe early 90s, it wasn't that bad. But I feel like when it hit 99, 2000, that's when niggas was like or labels was doing some crazy shit, like
it's
controlling
when they
everybody.
learned that they could.
Yeah,
It's when they
because
had
I feel like back then it was kind of like, okay, we're making money, let's let them experiment. Then it got to where it's like, oh, if we do this with this artist, we can make this type of money. I feel like that's where it went. What do you think, 16?
Mm, wait, repeat that again. Sorry.
I was saying, like, I feel like back then, 70s to maybe early, more like early 80s, because I feel like they started kind of learning then. I feel like it was more along the lines of, okay, we're making money off this. This is weird. We're just gonna experiment and let the artists do whatever the fuck they want. As long as they make music, we're good. And then the label started learning what to do to make more money, because greed sets in. It's a human instinct for most people. When you get to that point, you're like, okay, I want more money. So the label started learning, okay, if we control this, if we control this, if we control this, we can make a ton of more money. If we can control their assets, we can make even more money.
I'd
You
argue
know?
that greed's always been there because you have to remember the music label is a very powerful industry that has been around since at least the 1900s, I want to say, if not farther back. Yeah, it's an fucking institution. You have to keep that in mind. So, granted, that I'd argue that greed has always been there, but it's just channeled in different ways. Because either way, if you sign a deal, you're basically signing a loan. You always have to remember that. So purely off that, I'm pretty sure there were a lot of people who were getting screwed over in these deals and just didn't know that. Because I'd imagine, like, I'd imagine the industry was way more hush hush back then than it is now. Because a lot of people openly discuss their situations that they're in as like creators.
Yeah, I feel like it was more hush hush back then, but nonetheless, though, I feel like it was not as bad in the 70s. I just feel like it was. I don't think it was as bad as what happened to Britney Spears or
Yeah, I
somebody like a
mean,
Michael
I'm
Jackson.
pretty sure you can find a horror story if you
Because
searched hard enough.
if you look at Michael Jackson, I watched his documentary. This motherfucker, when he was, I think he was what, 50 years old before he died or some shit. They
Mm-hmm.
wanted him. They wanted him to do a crazy amount of shows within 2 months. Now imagine, bro, you're 50 years old. I'm not saying a 50-year-old couldn't do it,
I mean, if
but
anyone
the
could do it, it's
label,
Michael Jackson.
I don't think he could have done it. I feel like he would have passed out. He would have quit or something. Because you got to realize this dude was not in good condition, bro. He just, I mean, he may have looked like it, bro, but the dude was on drugs. There was a lot of things going on. But
Yeah.
his label, nonetheless, didn't give a fuck. They're like, fuck it, dude. We want you to do this amount of shows, because he was making crazy amount off shows, and I'm sure the label was getting some type of cut. And it just goes to show you, like, these labels don't give a fuck, man. Like, they just want the money. Like, this dude was gonna perform a crazy amount of shows every day. Like, I think 2 to 3 shows a day for 2 months or
Well,
some
I'm
crazy
not gonna
shit, you know?
lie. I kind of knew he was out the window,
I knew he was
purely
out the
like
window, but you're not giving me.
purely off the fact that, like, you remember when he made that, like, tour out that tour documentary and he called it "This Is It."
Yeah.
No one, and I repeat, no one calls something "This Is It" and expects to have more than a year doing whatever they're doing. And that thing he was doing was apparently living.
I get what you're saying, and that was the tour I was talking about. That tour was expected to do a crazy amount of shows for a 50-year-old man. That's pretty tough, bro. Like, I don't care if you're in
I'm
the.
not saying they weren't working him or they weren't in the right. But what I am saying is that, like greed is a human, like, greed is a sin. Like, it's defined as like a human sin. You know, like, it's one of the 7 deadly sins. It's been around for a long time, and I don't believe any business or entity starts off pure. Like, it's like money drives everything.
You're
It's
right.
one of those things you just have to acknowledge.
because unfortunately you need money to often survive.
Yeah,
Nah,
exactly. As an artist and
that's
a
the guy that
business.
That's the truth, man. The shit will go to like the shit we will go to make money is just insane, man.
Because I always argue, like, things have always been bad. We just didn't know they were bad because of things like the internet and things.
Yeah, you're completely right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
you
kind of
Like,
are.
right, man.
I'd argue we've always lived in a shit world. Like, we just didn't know it was shitty.
Shitty got to
Or we
another
did, and we
level.
just chose to ignore it.
I mean, how are you?
Nah,
Because,
I
like, how
don't
are you
know
gonna
though,
find
bro.
out about stuff like this, like back then? Like,
Word of mouth, and you wouldn't expect it to be
that
like that,
motherfucker
but
wasn't traveling far.
but you're not getting me though. I've talked to really old people from like 19 whatever the fuck, and they were like, man, from my era, bro, like they're like, we didn't have internet and stuff, but everything was word of mouth. And believe me, people knew stuff, but obviously you're not
Oh,
gonna know
niggas was
stuff
writing
if
letters.
I'm yeah, was writing letters. You wouldn't think that, but people actually wrote letters back then, bro.
Yeah.
And
Damn,
man,
I was being
amazing, like,
sarcastic. Fuck.
like you gotta think, bro. Like, there's always been a way for communication, bro. There's always been a. I mean, even if it was, we gotta ride on a camel for 2 days. Believe me, they knew what the fuck happened down at that castle at that time. Like, you get what I'm saying? I mean, I do got a point.
Yeah, you do got a point. There always has been communication in, some way, shape, or form.
And maybe it wasn't the internet, and we didn't have it in 2.5 seconds, but I guarantee you they knew. Even if it took a year, they finally figured it out. I mean, just think about it. Think about it this way, though. You think, like, if you think back, like, if a war were to break out right now, bro, it would just be broadcasted like 2 days before. We're going to war.
I
So that
mean,
side
Nam
would
was
already,
broadcasted, so yeah.
like, we would already know, like, okay, they're coming to us. We're coming to them. So it ain't even really like a sneak attack anymore. It's just more like a we know.
No,
It's
I
just,
mean, no, you can still have a sneak attack. I mean,
I
even
get
with as much as information we do have today, I mean, you could still get the one up on a motherfucker, you
I
know.
get it's a lot harder to do now, but you might be able to.
I mean, like,
Oh,
another Pearl Harbor can happen any moment.
I don't think it could. Not with the United States. I don't think it could. And my,
Um,
my point of that is we're watching like 24/7 on that shit, bro. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we I don't think it could happen again. Not maybe it even if it did, I feel like we would know about it, so it would be squashed right then. It wouldn't be like a Pearl Harbor, you know.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, man,
Um,
we should definitely wrap this up soon, man. It was a good first episode. We're just trying to
Yeah,
yeah,
figure
I
things
agree.
definitely.
out.
Good first
We
episode.
should we should get soon. I'm gonna be able to have my setup, and I'm gonna start streaming, and we'll do videos soon. We just
Yeah.
did voice this time, but if you like our podcast, please subscribe. Follow us on our Discord, and more videos coming.
Yes, sir. Please follow the Twitch. Blah, blah, blah. We in the future we plan on turning the Moonfolk Den into a group channel. I'm making content specifically for that and for other platforms soon. Just give us time. And soon with the podcast, we will have our own setups, so you will see our own fates and not our avatars for most of us, except for Morbid. But
Yeah.
yeah. I hope everyone
We really hope
enjoyed this.
you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, pretty
Sorry.
much. No, it's all good. I mean, this awkwardness is not gonna like stay. I mean, it's our first episode, so.
No, it's our first one. Like,
Did
it's
you
all
stop?
good.
Did you stop it yet?
Oh no, I kept it in there. I just wanted that. I just wanted everyone to know that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop it now.
All
Thanks for
right, peace,
watching.
brothers.
Bye bye.
Thanks for watching.